Sometimes things get a whole lot worse before they get better. I fast every week, at least one day a week I fast. And I notice not only are sometimes those days my hardest days, I also notice that when I'm fasting for something, like to overcome whatever it is that I'm facing, in the midst of me fasting and praying for it, it a lot of times gets a whole lot harder. Like it seemed like I'm moving further away from the mark that I'm hoping to be at. And I feel like the old people say, live a little bit. And my relationship with God has really shown me that when his words say lean not to your own understanding, that is for real the truth. A lot of times for myself, every time for myself, when I'm fasting and I'm praying and I'm believing for something and it seems like I'm moving further away from a point, it's a slingshot. Think about when you pull it back only to propel it forward. That pulling back, that's pressure. That's, if anything, if you don't pull it, like if anything happened with that, whatever you pulling back, let's say it's a ball, you pull it back the wrong way, you can get popped, you can get hurt. Like it seems like if any miss, you barely hanging on. It's a lot of pressure. And that's what it's like when the Lord is positioning you to go forward. My advice, don't focus on the destination. Don't focus on where you are. If it's within your career, if you're trying to find another job, if you're just starting a business, if you're raising kids, if you're going through a health situation, all of these things are heavy situations, and I'm only speaking on what I know for sure. Everything I just mentioned to y'all has been my cross at one point or another. And when I say don't focus on the destination, the Bible says keep our eyes on him. And I realize when I do that, it's a whole lot easier said than done most times. But when I do that, that includes sowing into other people. That includes not focusing on what's wrong. That goes into trusting him and his word, knowing his word, spending time in his word. That's what that means, not focusing on where you are. And having the mindset with wisdom, knowing that this thing could very much get worse before it gets better. It could very much get worse before it gets better. When you prune a tree and you taking off all the dead stuff so that it can bloom and blossom, it looks frail for a while. But baby, when that season break,